Not a problem.
And we're recording this for our friends at Ridgeland High School, Germantown High School, and for our YouTube channel. And this is our entrepreneurship class here at Velma Jackson. I've got a room full here with me, and we'll get to some questions from them later. But we did briefly look at your website, SheIs3125.com. And kids are really interested in the stuff you're selling. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, first of all, you are based in Jackson, a local Black-owned business. So why don't you tell us a little about how you got into this, your background, and what all you guys do over there at your company?
I'm Elisha Roberts Turner, and I've always had a love for fashion. And so fashion and music. I'm also a singer. And so I wanted to be able to put together the two and basically have fun at what I do. If you're going to do anything in life, especially if you're going to make a job out of it, it needs to be something that I feel that you truly enjoy. Because if you enjoy it, it's the saying, like, if you enjoy it, you never work a day in your life. And that is so true. So I think about 2018, I kind of wanted to do my own thing. We also own a medical clinic. My husband is a physician, and I manage his clinic. And I kind of wanted to do other things. I love shopping. So I said, what about opening my own store? So I did a lot of research because a lot of things is not just given to you. You have to do the work. And so I researched the industry for 2 years. I flew out to LA and I learned a lot just by being there. I had to hit my head a couple of times, but I've learned a lot in those 2 years. And in November 2020, I launched an online boutique. Now, initially, I said that I did not want a storefront. I didn't want the overhead. I didn't want anything. But I think one thing that helped me was just praying. And if you want God to laugh, you tell him the plans that you have for yourself. But if you listen, he'll give you the things that he wants you to have that'll put you in a better position. Absolutely. So I launched in November and I met my goal. I had a monthly goal. I'm not going to say a number, but I had a monthly goal. I said, if I can make this much, I'll be fine. And I launched at 1:00. And in 4 hours, I hit my monthly goal.
Wow.
So if you know about selling anything, the more you sell, the more you have to get in. So I had already redid a whole room upstairs and made it a store at my house. And I have so much inventory. I had to buy so much inventory to keep up with sales that I found a building and I started leasing out a spot and I literally renovated it. I'm also an artist, so I love to draw. So I did my own blueprint and I now have a storefront. And in addition to that, because the sales went up and up again, I now have a warehouse, which is where I am now.
Wow, that's impressive. Now, where is your storefront?
We are located in Ridgeland off of Highway 51.
Okay. So, what area of Highway 51, like by the Salvation Army or?
Yes, I can literally walk out my door and kind of see it to the left. It's a newly renovated space. If you're familiar with this company called the Shoe Healer or the Hair Bar, we're in the same area, not too far from Snowbiz, not too far from the Salvation.
I got you. So you do specialize in women's apparel, but you have a variety. When you look at your website, you got a variety. You also have the plus size line. You have accessories. You have the graphic tees. You have stuff for all 4 seasons of the year, and it varies. Yes. What we could tell varied from kind of casual to the more sophisticated side. So how did you come up with this type of inventory and geared toward this target market?
Just a regular day. What do you look like when you wake up in the morning? If you want to go and get breakfast, what you going to put on? If you have a meeting, what are you going to put on? If you got to go to work, what are you going to put on? If you got to go to school, what are you going to put on? If you want to go out for a birthday dinner or a night out on the town, what are you going to put on? So you want to make it easily accessible to everybody. You want to be able to hit different areas, different, a diverse group of individuals. And you have to study the industry. You have to keep up with what's in style now. You have to hire the younger generation to kind of help like with the new trends and what's going on now. So you have to meet people where they are. Even I started out the wrong way. I started out picking out everything that I liked.
Big mistake. Yeah.
But you have to listen to your customers. Your customers will basically tell you what they want and what they're looking for.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned about hiring, because we're about to get into that in class. Is I saw you have an ad for employees, so you are looking for employees. So how do you decide who to hire, and how do you make sure you train them to all be on the same page to fit within your company's mission and vision?
So not only do we sell clothes and accessories and candles and all those types of things, mission here at our store is to sell an experience. And in order to sell an experience, you have to have customer service experience. Absolutely. So one of the things that I look for is a winning personality. Look at social media. I look what, who you are on and off social media. That plays an important part. You have to be careful what you put out there, because when you work for a company, especially one with a Christian name, faith-based name, you are a representation of the company. You often hear your mom say, don't go out there making me shame, don't embarrass me. So it's what you do for companies that you work for. Now, when you can have your own business, you make your own rules, but you are always a walking billboard. And you are always a representation of the people that you look up to and the people that you answer to, whether it's mom, whether it's your boss, whether it's your teachers, superintendents, principals. You are a representation of who they are.
Absolutely. Now, what makes you, and you talked about selling the experience, what makes your company stand out as, because this is a very competitive industry, especially in the Jackson area. So what makes your company stand out as compared to your competitors?
The experience. When you come in, we offer VIP services. So our customers are able to pay for a VIP experience where they have that one-on-one, where we do styling, I do makeup. So they can get the whole 9 yards. So I have a person that comes in twice a week. She just left today. She goes next door, she get her hair done, she get her makeup done, and she get her outfit, and she goes somewhere. So it's that experience where a person can feel like it's home when they go, and not just you're trying to hurry up and sell something. Everybody that comes in the store won't always buy something, but they're going to leave with something. And what they're going to leave with is something that will make them come back.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned that too, because one common mistake I see with a lot of local business owners, especially with a lot of Black-owned businesses, is they don't charge enough. So when you're able to offer the greater experience, do you think that gives you the ability to be able to charge more? Because obviously the pricing is a big deal, especially in our current economic times. But if you can offer more, how much leverage does that give you to charge a little bit more?
A lot, because your work going to speak for itself. I choose quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
So it's no shade to the people who sell the $25 sets. It's no shade to them, right? But if you wash that $25 set, if you don't wash it correctly, that outfit go from an outside outfit to a loungewear, sleepwear, right? But I'd rather sell you a $65, $75 outfit that you can that can last you. However you wash it, send it to the cleaners, all of that. That's the part that brings them back. And I don't negotiate. A lot of times, a lot of businesses negotiate. I tell people that who interview, what are you what are you looking for as far as us paying you? And stick with that. My prices is my price. Whether they get mad about the price, my prices, there are my prices, and you don't have to explain yourself. I don't have to explain the fact that I did all this research and I got the best quality and this brand is this. Whether I tell you the brand, whether I tell you about the quality of it, whether I tell you if I flew to Africa and got it, it's not going to change the fact that it's that price. And when you are adamant about that, people are going to spend their money on what they want. If I can walk in Gucci, and buy me a Gucci bag and not go back and forth with them about their price, I can go in the store and do the same thing for our people who are local.
Yeah, and you mentioned too about if you focus on the quality, if you're giving a quality product, that gives you a foot to stand on to show that your product is better. And then plus, like you said, offering the customer service experience and the VIP treatment gives you the opportunity.
Right.
Now, what are some? Obviously, you said you're big on social media, and you have a great website, very easy to navigate. So you've done a great job on that. So, what are some other ways that you market yourself locally and nationally?
Well, I'm a walking billboard. And each day I wake up, I try to wear something that we sell, regardless of what it is. When I go out of town, I use that as a write-off. I don't care where I travel. It could be for something totally different. I'm gonna write it off on my business because I'm gonna take some outfits. I'm gonna do a photo shoot, whether I just wore the outfit to dinner. So everywhere I go, if I'm taking a picture and I'm with my husband, we're at dinner and they say, oh my gosh, that's a pretty picture. I love that dress. That's my opportunity to advertise.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I got it from this local boutique back at home. I don't have to tell them who I am. And there's a business card, there's the website, because on my business card, there's a QR code that sends them directly to the website.
Wow.
So you make all that stuff very easily accessible. You should have a business card that's so simple that it leaves your customers with no question.
Yep.
And so I'm a walking billboard. I have billboards, I have flyers, really heavy on social media on my personal page, because I have more followers on my personal page as we build the business page, but I'm sure I'm always linking it back to where they can go to our business page. We have a VIP page on Facebook that people actually have to ask for access in.
Wow.
So that kind of, when a person asks for access, it's like, yep, they wanted to be here, versus my other Facebook page where anybody can find it. I don't have to send you a request to be in it. The VIP page, they wanted to be here. And those are the type of customers you want, because you don't have to worry about them saying, oh, I got too many emails or I got too many text messages, because it's there.
Yep. And that's a great point as well. But I'm glad you talked about the accessibility, because one thing we have talked about is, making it easy for the customer, because especially in a competitive field, a customer is going to go where they have the easiest access to make a purchase. Because if a website is hard to navigate, they're not gonna stay. If it's hard to find, they're not gonna stay. So that's a great idea, the QR code on the business card. I've never thought of that or never heard of that, but that seems kind of simple.
Yeah.
Now I do have, because I got so many good questions. I'm trying to get as many as I can. These are some great questions from the students. Let's see which. This is Harmony Williams. She's a sophomore, and
You said Harmony?
Harmony Williams. Yep.
Okay.
The sophomore. And she asked, what is the main way you choose the items you sell?
Wow, that's a good one, Harmony. The main way is always following the most current hashtags. If you follow the most current hashtags, you will see the hashtags for fashion. You will be able to see like the most recent things that are in, and you have to check every category with every race, and that helps me.
Yeah, I lost you there for a second. You said that helps you what?
That helps me pick the items that I need to pick.
Okay. This is Rodarius Williams. He's a junior, and he asked, do you sell seasonal items? And if you don't, do you have any plans of selling them?
I do. I sell seasonal items really now, because you don't want to limit yourself. We are in Mississippi. It gets very, very hot, right? And then sometimes it's cold, but you have to think about this. When it's cold here, sometimes it's still good weather in Florida. Yep. Sometimes it's still good weather in Cancun. It's still good weather in Jamaica. So you have to basically leave all seasons up, because you never know who's shopping with you, especially as much as I travel. I literally just came from Jamaica. And while in Jamaica, I sold so much. But although I was in Jamaica, a lot of my customers, like myself, was not from there. So they were from different states, but yet when you travel out of town, you're not looking for winter wear if it's not cold there. So you want to basically leave all seasons up.
Yeah. And that's a good point too, because you said with all races, Harmony wants to get into in the cosmetology industry, and I said it's similar to that. You know, if you can do anybody's hair, you don't limit yourself on customers. If you can sell anybody clothes, you don't limit yourself on customers. So that's another common mistake that I see a lot of business owners make. But being able to have the largest customer base within a target market is a very, very good strategy.
That's Harmony. Let me say this to you: if you're gonna do hair, learn first. You know how to do your hair, so that means you should know how to do your race, right? Go and learn the other races first.
Yep. It
would be nothing for you to learn who you are.
Yep.
That's going to come natural, right? Mm-hmm. So you learn there first, and that's the step that I took in makeup. I did things that were uncomfortable first, because you have to learn how to be comfortable in uncomfortable situations. So learn them first, because learning you will come natural.
Absolutely. This is Michael Williams. He's a senior, and he asked, out of everything you sell, what is your best seller?
Clothes, like literally a lot of the dresses. So, but if I can sell you clothes, I can sell you shoes. If I can sell you shoes, I can sell you jewelry.
Absolutely.
But you get them, and when they walk through the door, are you looking for an outfit? While they're in there trying on clothes, I match everything else up. Earrings and shoes, but a lot of my ladies are going to come in looking for an outfit. But if I had to categorize that, I would say sets. Women love grab and go things. If it comes together, the shirt and the bottom, they're sold. So my sets is normally my top seller.
Yeah, and then as far as on your storefront, where you lay stuff out in the store is also important too, because we say like you put the earrings right by the cash register and say, oh yeah, I want those too. Yep. It's all about accessibility.
My earrings are right by the register. Yes, my earrings are right by the register. Yep, that is true.
Exactly, because even if you only sell them to 20%, that's still 20%. Depending on the price, I mean that could be a few $100 more in sales a day just by putting them in the right place. Now this is Jarvis Owsley, and he's a junior, and he asked, "What adaptations have you made since you opened, and what influenced you to make those?"
Oh, wow. That was a really good one, because we just opened our storefront on the 5th. Okay. And already, one of the things that I've added was a communication method to our receipts. So we have a no refund policy. However, you can exchange it, or you can get a store credit. And I designed these, they're gift cards, but they look like a credit card, right? And I call them my store credit cards. And so to make it clear so that a customer don't have too many questions to ask, we put a lot of things on the receipt that kind of help them out.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, it's all about communication. That's a great idea.
Yes.
This is Christina Robinson, and she's also a junior. And she asked, is it hard to maintain the orders when your brand becomes popular? And when you found a physical location, was that hard to find as well?
I wish, and I'll try to send it to you so that you can share with your class, the before and after of this store. Finding it, I prayed about it and God led me to it. So that wasn't hard, because I really wasn't looking. I just prayed about it eventually. So that part wasn't hard. What was the other question?
Is it hard to maintain the order demand because your brand has become popular?
Oh, and that organization is key. So I still have my online orders, and then I still have the store orders, but that's why I got the warehouse. So the warehouse is literally right next door. It's an upstairs unit. Ooh. So if you're not organized, it can be a bit much, because we like to get our customers, if they're local and they order today, they'll get it tomorrow.
Oh, wow.
It takes no more than 2 days. So although we don't state that online, because once you get busy, people will hold you to that. it says 5 to 7 days, but they typically get it next day, no longer than 2 days. But if you're not organized, there have been times, like, for example, I was in Jamaica, online orders were coming in. I had to rush back to open the store because my health was sick. That was a lot. But organization and communication. So I'll send out an email to say, hey, we received your order and your order is on the way shortly. Communication is everything.
This is Deja Weaver. She's a sophomore, and she asked, was this your first career choice? And when you were young, was this your dream job?
No, this was not my dream job. This is not my first career choice. I'm a singer. So I was a travel singer from second grade all the way to my first year at Hines Community College. So I was a travel singer. I did travel singing and acting, did movies and plays and stuff. So I toured all around the world. So that was kind of my niche. Was singing, and then I tapped into the hair industry, then makeup, and then I draw. I do a whole lot. So what I did was took all of those talents and put it into one. So I was able to design literally my entire store. So I'll send some pictures of the before and after, and like little sketches of my blueprint to kind of show you all the process.
Wow, that's incredible. Well, we're almost out of time. We thank you so much for joining us. But before we go, first of all, tell us where you're located, so we can, any of these young ladies or these guys want to buy something for their mom or for their old lady, they can come check it out.
Also, I'm located at 610 Highway 51. I am in Suite E, as in Elisha. And we are in Ridgeland, Mississippi. So feel free to stop by and shop with me, and make sure you let me know that you were a part of this video so that you can get a discount.
Awesome. And then SheIs3125.com as well.
Yes, SheIs3125.com.
Okay.
That's correct.
And I meant to ask too, what is the origin of the name of the company?
She is 3125. 3125 is Proverbs. She is clothed in strength and dignity. She laughs in the face of fear. She's not scared of anything but God. So you remove the 3125 and you can be whatever you want to be. She is fearless. She is amazing. She's an owner. She's whatever it is. That's exactly what she is.
Awesome. Well, I just got one more for you. And before we go,
okay.
First of all, what great presentation, and especially thank you for getting in here on short notice for us. Great product, great concept, and you said all the same stuff I've talked about as well. So it helps to come from somebody else. But like everybody else that's here with me now, these are all young Black kids in Mississippi that grew up in the same type era, same area, but the same obstacles that you faced. But yet you've become an amazingly successful business owner, doing some amazing things. So when they face these same obstacles that you faced, how can they be just as successful, even if they don't want to open their own business?
Change the narrative. I graduated 2005. You all do the math. Don't judge my age. I graduated from high school 2005. I went to Jim Hill High School. But I went to Jim Hill. And you have to be the change that you want to see. You literally have to break those generational curses. You have to change your circle. If you want to do better, you got to want to do better. You need to be the weakest link in your circle. Absolutely. Literally. If you are the strongest link in your circle, you're in the wrong circle. Yep. Because when you are the strongest link, they're going to hate. They're not going to want to help you. Oh, you think you better than everybody. But when you are the weakest link, nobody in their circle is intimidated by you. Nobody in their circle would care about pulling you up. They're going to drop the rope for you.
Wow.
So change your circle if you want to change the narrative and want to do better. If the people that you are surrounding yourself, listen, you got a long time to play. And as you see, we're dying younger and younger and younger. I just lost my little girl's dad in November. And that gave me even more it gassed me up even more to go hard for her. And that's what I teach her. So my goal is to make sure that when I'm done, when my body is cold, that my girls and my girls' girls and their children are taken care of. So you want to see a change, it starts with you.
That's awesome. I say that all the time, and that's great. Especially, and I still have a soft spot for Jim Hill as well. That was my first teaching job, was at Jim Hill High School. It's a great place, and a lot of great people have come out of there. So I always love to see great Jim Hill alumni doing some awesome stuff in our city. But again, thank you so much for joining us. Great concept, great website, and we'll send some of these young ladies to come see you.
All right, I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you all.
All right, thank you so much. Good to meet you.
Thank you. Bye.